Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got this fraud. They ought to walk Granddaddy out with his hands behind his back. This fraud, this scamming, lying dog. Sick of these politicians, elected officials. A lot of them need to be walked out in handcuffs, in my opinion. You know. But he finna get completely destroyed, humiliated, and shut up. But before we get into that, I want to just jump into this. And we want to send a happy birthday to DJ. Happy birthday to our president. Yeah, we done been through a lot. We done been through the face of adversity. The biggest political comeback in history. Shams, witch hunts. CNN was there. The fake news media was there on July 13th. But we still overcame. Our president got back up, blood dripping down his face, and said, fight, fight, fight. Got doggone right. And we just keep winning. They done rolled the red carpet out for him, bought him a brand new shoes, bought him brand new suits. We want to thank ya for all y'all have done. People lying, saying he did this and that. Can't tell you what the hell the day was, the month, the year. But all of a sudden, President Trump did this. He did that. They said he was selling dope outside McDonald's. And people with Trump derangement syndrome in this country, they just believe anything they see or hear. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did it. I believe he did it. Knowing he didn't do it. He wants to be king, a kingdom. When does the dictate start? That's what I want to know. He's a threat to our sweet cinnamon sugar, cinnamon roll democracy. Oh. America's believe in freedom. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Bernie. I want to applaud all the patriots who will be participating as I will in the No King rallies across the country. I tell you, I don't even want to finish reading this crap. 1776, brave Americans took on and defeated the most powerful despot in the world. In 2025, we will do the same. You scamming dog. You know? These people here are frauds, hypocrites. Some of the worst people. Look at them. Look at them. Need to sit his butt down. Need to sit his butt down. We need term limits. That's what we need. We need term limits, family. I'm so proud to stand with more than 500 people in town today at a No Kings protest. Today, all over the country, tens of thousands of Americans are saying no to authoritarian. Nobody. I can't with these people, man. I can't. You know, and there's just videos of him being a complete fraud all over the internet. Look, Bernie said this in 2015. Look, open borders is a right-wing proposal to bring in the cheap labor. Immigration makes Americans poorer. And Bernie Sanders says the complete opposite today. What a fraud. Look, let's play it.
Open borders. That's a Koch brothers proposal. The idea, of course, I mean, that's a right-wing proposal which says essentially there is no United States.
But it would make a lot of global poor richer, wouldn't it?
And it'd make everybody in America poor. Then you're doing away with the concept of a nation state. And I don't think there's any country in the world which believes in that. If you believe in a nation state, or in a country called the United States, or UK, or Denmark, or any other country, you have an obligation, in my view, to do everything we can to help poor people. What right-wing people in this country would love is an open border policy. Bring in all kinds of people who work for $2 or $3 an hour. That would be great for them. I don't believe in that. I think we have to raise wages in this country. I think we have to do everything that we can to create the millions of jobs. Do you know what youth unemployment?
What does that sound like to y'all? And it's not just him, it's others, you know, when it comes to all, you should see how they sounded. The Clintons, you know, they ought to be put in handcuffs. Everybody, how Democrats sounded, they all come out to be hypocrites. They all sounded like President Trump. tons of things that he's proposing. Same thing they doing with Doge. Elon Musk, these Doge cuts. Government efficiency, the fraud, waste, and abuse. Same stuff they were talking about a couple of years ago. And now that Trump's running on it, doing it, he's the big bad orange man. These people are frauds. These hypocrites. These hypocrites. Complete lying, scamming dogs.
I'm in the United States of America.
Lying dogs.
Okay. If you're white, a white kid, high school graduate, 33%, a Hispanic, 36%, African American, 51%. You think we should open the borders and bring in a lot of low-wage workers? Or do you think maybe we should try to get jobs for those kids? So I think from a moral responsibility, we've got to work with the rest of the industrialized world to address the problems of international poverty. But you don't do that by making people in this country even poorer.
You just came in. Let's get into the main point of the show, man. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the family. We keep it real, man. We show y'all what's going on. We call out these frauds, these lying politicians, these crooks, these criminals. We're gonna keep calling them out. You know, when it needs to be term limits, people need to be walked out in handcuffs. People need to be held accountable. You know. Also hit that like button for your boy. But we got the Treasury Secretary. Bassett is going to shut up Bernie Sanders over billionaire tax. You just can't make this up, man. You know, got the budget proposal, tax reform. This is the finance committee. Let's check this out.
Me out here. My understanding is the Trump administration has, I think, 13 billionaires in office right now, leading government agencies. Is that about right, do you think?
I have no idea, Senator.
I think that's what the number is. Do you think it's a coincidence, given the large number of billionaires in the Trump administration, that this particular piece of legislation would provide $235 billion in tax breaks to the top 0.2% by expanding the exemptions in the estate tax?
Senator, I will tell you that when the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act passed, my tax rate went up.
Well, I don't know your exact situation, but I can tell you. Tell me about how many people do you think are in the top 0.2%?
Sorry?
Number of people in the top 0.2% who would benefit from this particular $235 billion tax break.
Well, I know the top 10% is
right.
now paying 7%.
That's not the question. My question is, why do you think at a time of unprecedented income and wealth inequality, when people like yourself economically have never, ever had it so good, why do you think it's a good idea to cut Medicaid for low-income and working-class people by $700 billion to give $235 billion in tax breaks to the very, very, very richest people in this country, perhaps a few hundred families? Please justify that and tell me about that.
Well, Senator, I don't know, but the Democrats had the trifecta, and there was no tax increase or wealth tax on billionaires. You choose.
I'm not talking about a tax.
You chose not to do that.
Mr. Besson, I am not talking about a wealth tax. Explain. A few hundred of the wealthiest families in this country, $235 billion tax break. Explain to the American people why you think that's a great idea.
I think that this will increase small businesses substantially. That most small businesses, they are...
Has zero to do, come on, you're smarter than that. This is the top 0.2%. This is not a mom and pop store. These are multi-billionaires, and the savings go to their kids after they pass away. This is nothing more than a gift to billionaires in this country.
Well, sir, that's just not correct, because the top 10% paid a bigger share of taxes after TCJA.
I'm talking about one provision in this. I don't want to argue with you about taxes in general. One provision, few hundred families, $235 billion in tax breaks. You can't justify that because morally it is totally unjustifiable. Let me ask you another question. If you guys want to cut $1 trillion in Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, the estimate from CBO, I believe, is that over 15 million.
How many times do we have to go through this, though? He just up here I mean, they need to walk him out in handcuffs.
People lose their health insurance. Yale University and the University of Pennsylvania estimated that when you throw that many low-income and working-class people off of health care, some 50,000 people a year will die. Tell me why you think it's a good idea to give tax breaks to billionaires and allow 50,000 low-income and working-class people to die unnecessarily?
Senator, first of all, that's overstated by 5.1 million. That is not attributed to this bill. It is simply
It's a combination. That's true.
No. You all had a scheduled expiration of Obamacare subsidies, and you did not extend that when you were in charge. 5.1 million, 1.4 million illegal aliens on Medicaid.
All right,
Look, bam, boom. That's it. That's all we need to know. We can end this right now. That lying hypocrite dog, walk him out. Walk him out. And shave, he bald right, shave the rest of that head. You need to let it go. Let it go, Bernie. Let your muffin ends go. Let your muffin ends go. And go get you some unsweet tea and go sit in a recliner.
And there are work requirements. And our goal is to get more money to children and mothers.
Really? Your goal is to get more money to children, and working people. Really? Come on. Do you know how many people, and I was surprised to hear this, I don't know if you know it or not, how many people lose their jobs every year, quit, get fired or whatever? Do you have any idea?
Well, there's something called the quits rate, and so when the job market is strong, more people quit.
But yeah, I was surprised that I just researched this. I don't know. Do you happen to know?
I don't know the number.
I was surprised. Would it be shocking to you? It was to me. 20 million people leave their jobs a year. Doesn't shock you, right? It's a big labor force, right?
Yep.
So somebody leaves the job, maybe they move, maybe something happens in their lives, right? We have a lot of transition in the labor market, correct?
Maybe they get a better job.
Right, exactly. Maybe they do. Or maybe they have to stay home, their wife gets sick, whatever, we don't know. But 20 million people lose their jobs in a given year, leave their jobs in a given year. Are those people lazy? What happens when I leave my job and maybe I have to move to another state to take care of my ill mother? And I desperately need Medicaid. Am I too lazy now to be able to get Medicaid?
I think that's a mischaracterization of the work requirement.
Really? Well, I'm not quite so sure it is.
He's up there wasting everybody time.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Just wasting everybody time. Just out of walk. Just walk him out. Just walk him out. And cut off his muffin ends. Term limits.